Okay, abusuya be mma kwa abasonko so edeba POG Media so. Yere mbekọ political highway ne so highway ne de ensem bebre so ayen so ya age pene se be me abedwafo no ahudie eko ene de eba ye mbonwura ye ensem abusuya eye Ashanti region eho ehuru a enye asamketo akra eye military military commander wo no declare war ewo Ashanti region a enye asamketo akra na sa military no yese echese military military ba kwa owo USA abonten so ono na akomande na o chese on declare sa war no ewo Ashanti region enye asamketo akra allegedly Kevin Taylor ene de sa ensem no ababetuga yensem mre ne bepese be me abedwafo no be me akọ na yakọ akoti ensem a ekọ so na answer ne bekọ no wo ensem kan bi afahye ye comment section like na share ma afofo so ensa entumi enka bi aha POG Media so.
Let's see a military officer post something like this on social media. Or see a friend of Boache, the Boache as the Boache Boatin Yao. Or say, Asantis must see tomorrow event as a war against our identity and heritage. Remember the insult and aspersions on our person. You know, person Kenyan say, Ochina bani yakotono no ya santini intabano ayedien. A war. Why should be war? A day in a war. Because the trimuno, na Julian is Obiaka Setia Sante. Inti our said nipa bi a Sante for a kunipa. A branty when this argument. This man. This is the guy who did that. Or a sojourning. On any posty side, social media. Or a sojourning or kuta tuo. Also a Santini or a sojourning kuta tuo. Waka or social media say omo kwaku kunipa. Okobo ahuna fotu akobo nkran fotu akobo sekwi fotu abobunu fotu abonfanti fotu adan na adwini mo no oso bia kaseti Asante we ye Ghana military personnel sojourning. So you see where we are. Into busa won say eye den no tumi wura military nim eye den no call soldier nim because these are people who are not supposed to have access to guns. Nipa say oba police station na otwitu osi kuno because wachire na adwene me yehu say onye soja ni papa. Story in Chiro. Sorry. I don't know read it or try and mami read it full. Mami reading in Chiro. And who is fighting an Ashanti in Ghana? Why na Asantini ko? Why na akasa obekwa Asantini wo Ghana? Why na akasa abaya kotui oni Asantifo won tokwa? Why na akasa ochira Asantifo wa ha? And that is what they do. And you see, these are not people who are supposed to be holding guns in Ghana in the Ghana military. Mamen Chow, the full statement he made. Because Nigerian say Samika se MPP bu Asantifo MPP fo bu Asantifo so men kwasiafo amedidi Asante atam enti ono okutatuo obeku nipa. This is his statement. Let me read it for you to hear. Statement to make here no. Asantis must see tomorrow's event as a war against our identity and heritage. Remember the insult and aspersions on our personas as Asantis by Kevin Taylor, Trudy Jonas and co. You see, when you give gun to a wrong person, this is what happens. You see, because my catcher say MPP about power from 1992 be seen there. Akuffo the 8, Akuffo the 8. Omun to me see one regional hospital. See media Santini atem into Asante for nka omuhumbo no munko kunipa. Omo kwa akon. Because my catcher say MPP ka so mabe swame. MPP about power ko 4 time almost so time 16 years. Obiam fa bibia si swame. Into media san into okacha Santefo be say yenko kontokwa, yenko kunipa because obi egu enim ase. This guy is in the Ghana military. How did this fool get access to the Ghana military? How did he get to the Ghana military? How did he get there? How did this guy get into the Ghana military? How did he get into the US military? How did he get into the US military? How did he get in there? He is in the United States, Otiabrochire, and this is what he's doing. And these people get the opportunity. Instead of them to let Ghanaians understand, say what we are enjoying outside, what we are enjoying. Sorry. Instead of this person in the US military sending a message to Ghanaians that I live in the United States, I understand what democracy is. We have seen governments that have used military to intimidate people. This is elections. How do you go on social media to tell people back home that somebody has insulted somebody's tribe for criticizing to Omunkunipa? How can you be in the United States Army? Because I will have to petition the army that you don't deserve to hold the United States Army uniform or to hold a gun. And I'll petition the military. Because such people are not supposed to be wearing the United States Army uniform. Enisa or try anything. The United States Army uniform is not for people like this. And we will petition the United States Army. We will show them his Facebook. We will show them the things he has written. They need to kick this guy out of the military. He needs to be out of the military. This guy is dangerous to the United States Army. And we will officially report him, and he needs to answer questions on the post he made on social media a day to elections in Ghana. Until Ghana, but he's telling some group say, "Na ajinimuno obia criticize obinti omunkoku obi or Ghana." This is a military officer in the United States Army. How did we get here? Why are we here today? Why are people like these in the United States Army? The United States Army is an army full of respectable people. They sacrifice their lives, and people like these who are in the United States getting all the protection should not be in the United States telling people back home that somebody criticized the government, and so his group of people should start or turn a legitimate democratic election into war. How? Why should this guy be a U.S. Army person? Why? Where did we get wrong? How did we get here? And I'm going to make sure I personally petition the United States Army that this guy needs to answer questions. He needs to prove to the U.S. Army that he deserves to be in the army. And I will petition the United States Army. He can delete his Facebook page. We have enough screenshots. And the United States Army knows that is his page. And he has to answer questions. Now, it's exactly 11:36. It's a lot we are supposed to talk about today. But let me tell Ghanaians. What's going on? I'll be back. My team, they are sending me a rare shade. Ojina TV so catch pensioners. Ghana for Musika at the bank. There will be no haircut. They should trust him. In the 3 days, and Musika Nina, Akuffo Addo fire. Den na we penyini a wo hwe me utumi de ugidie ehye Akuffo Addo mu se Bawumia be di president a Akuffo Addo onye bibia. Be careful. Be very careful as a Ghanaian. Okotwaba ma weni nda ho. MPP omo dangerous. Omo munipa. Omo say nsu o Ghana nyina, and they just didn't do it all. They bia me catch will say MPP for ushi omo na woka sa ejapade ho asem we ya. Sa book we efe ejapade no. Se wo MPP ni ama wo yem nhyew suru no. So would kokromoti edit si eye paper soma MPP a ayama wo yem nhyew wate. Se wadwini ko deeper na wo hwe sa ejapade nwoma we a asase a yese no Ghana egudi a yese yede say Ghana eye galamse ekoso no enye keke wo ewe ejapade bukidim omaka say omo no Ghana egudi no eye omo dia, and they have the right to sell it and to take it. Inti saa ejapade book no krampo no. Saa galamsey baby ebedu no. It is part of the plot. Say, omo idea be say they are not connected to Ghana. Yeah, how in your how, and that whatever they deserve, they will take it. Make much show a passage in the Ejapade book. It can specifically about galamsey ni Ejapa. Send ye good dear was a season omo befa. Send a beya omo tifia. I was said 200 years. Ghana good dear was a sisubia was a sinubia omo dia. Abana okote no chinano. Be very careful. O tam to me make Akuffo Bawumia. What tam to me am a Ejapade fuwi. Omo dangerous. Mamencho. Uko Ejapade bukrima. This is what you see. You see the part now I'm marking red. Let's read that with me. Oh, sorry. Part now you're marking red. I want you to read that part with me. Or say, the passage of the Minerals Income Investment Fund. Mamenfa Ejapade picture into a senebeya obehu de mekano obetiasie. We Ejapade bukrim. Into galamsey na ekoso na Akuffo Addo said you ohu ye no. A part of the plot, a kaplan. Now, okay, Ejapade document na or say the passage of the Minerals Income Investment Fund Act and the setting up of the first special purpose vehicle, Ejapade royalties, in Jersey would allow us, acting in various capacities and through our friends, to acquire majority of the stake to be listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Ghana Stock Exchange. The cash flow will be strategically undervalued to maximize our returns. We will get a share of the money raised through IPO on the two exchanges through pavement by contractors who will work on MIIF-funded projects. We will also get a share of the dividends for our equity holding in the SPV. Inti okan krata we Ejapade man. The omo kanyina say omo ton eye Ghana egudie ewa asase so nyina edema eye company bi ewo amanone a eye omo de a endene 3 days. Me be kire mu document a kire say omo ne ko register Ejapade no wa abrochire Jersey. Inti ohwe Ejapan krata ni mu a omo say omo beton Ghana egudie na ewa asase so nyina de ama company bi a omo ko bie na abrochire. Na de be ne say so omo ton masa company a eye omo de a, that means Ghana egudie ewa asase na se nyina no ebeba bedi omo nsem. At least 90% na be omo de a. Na omo de sa company no affront anase omo de di enim na ye nhu se eye egudie ewa asase so ene asase na se nyina o Ghana no eye omo de a. Ejapade book na ewom. Enti omo baaye no so when the number of licenses omo ba. When we say at Ghana ha ena explosion kese esi ewo edien apiate. Sa explosion no say any company a wendi mraso a nipa ewu ya ewo sanka aban na etwe company na so. Ebesi ne because na omunim se ade a omo ye no omo ankasa plan omo ankasa companies no sa dynamite na explode ewo edien apiate no. Ebesi the police investigations reporter ewo se kire nipa enam no so masa de nsie no ebesi ne na Addo Akuffo Addo say memo mo my report no because company na ede dynamite ne kodo na yomo adia. Now so kind the other part of Ejapade book no about Ejapade Ejapade book na part omoka Ejapade ho asema me reading kire. So yes obeto aba ma MPP a aya dwene ho ma wo yemu nhyew omo dangerous. Now okay Ejapade book ma say omo say the funds raised will be used to finance the setup of mining companies by our allies. Also, the Minerals Commission will be pushed to issue licenses and good concession to these companies. This will effectively transition us from galamsey mining to legally licensed mining companies. Future inflows from these entities will be invested in additional companies to be strategically positioned along the precious minerals value chain. A similar blueprint will be replicated in the oil and gas sector, which will also commence with the setting up of the SPVs using petroleum revenues that will currently flow into the consolidated fund as receivables to be mortgaged. The technical team led by DM, that is Oforiata, should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate sites into share ejapadie book ma omachro baby oma target minerals, how they are going to target the minerals. In this all kinds of part where almost say baby a lot of mining companies. Baby mining companies na ya my own license. My companies in your license na you to me dominate the mining sector in Ghana. Send your bear a good dear do no yen betumi etu na yafa. Enti the strategy is you could see say ma over 2,000 licenses. Say de ma small scale miners that be those licenses de ma because they had targeted Ghana a good year baby ewo into hwe map na ewo ejapade ni mu na they know where all the minerals no wo. Ejapade no activity part 2 the mu no part 1. But part 2 no yes ye mistake. Na say ye tam ye tumi ma Bawumia, that could be our last end. Ye to be survive BM. Anytime catch us Ghana near, you have less than 10 hours to save yourself. So when you ma Akroma dawi no less than 10 hours to save Akroma. So woba ewu school or less than 10 hours to save Akroma. And that is you have to vote against NPP. Bawumia enyo ne ye president, enyo ne be NPP nim. Na Addo Akuffo na epe another term. Ejapade for no mo pe another term in office. You should be scared. I will say, how? You have to start asking questions. Say, aden na ndem. Majority of you Ghanaians are scared today because you don't know what Akuffo can do. It means you don't trust your leader. Majority of you people are scared in Ghana today. And a few minutes, not my day, an hour or so, not my day, bare 2 hours, a leader for. Let me take your minds back a little bit. In 2016, John Dramani Mahama, latter part of 2012, and obey president. So John Mahama the president 8 years, Ka John Mahama anka oni hu akwenya say or standing president biom. Because Ghana mrane chere, the president 8 years, I want to be the president biom. John Dramani Mahama the president 3 years, 4 months. Mahama winning 2012 elections. Nana Addo Akuffo the court for 8 months. John Mahama into Montana office and signed the document because they could for on TSC. The last time now court bua said Nana Addo Akuffo the case no na Mahama the first 1 year 8 months a shit. Still in 3 years 4 months John Dramani Mahama who be a green book we any other project and any green book ma he was able to accomplish everything OCBBR. And Obobisia, just 54 billion. Kotoka International Airport, Sewia Hospital, Kumewu Hospital, KGTIA Market, Ridge Hospital, UGMC, Oba schools, the senior high schools. I'm talking about E-blocks, hundreds, Kaswa, auxiliary roads. In Sua or any schools or Sika Kaswa interchange, you come all the way back to Ayadien Circle interchange, auxiliary roads, Oba Bedru Pokwasi, Utumi Ba Sakudru Srim Tamale, Hospital, Oba Ebedra Santimemu, Oba Eastern region, Utumi Drew Western region, Takrade Harbour expansion, Oba Accra, Tema Ayadien Port expansion project phase 2, Osafri Accra na Udru Ashanti regional, Ukomampong, in Sua Yama Mampong 4. There's so many projects. And when you open this book, every part of this book is a project. Every part. And it is the 54 billion. John Mahama J. Ebe sinde. Obian to me said John Mahama D1 CD. Ebe sinde. under Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo and Bawumia. Omaji almost over 700 billion.
Okay, abusua we ne ensema ekoso e political highway ne so eye commander che say omo Ashanti region and che say omo declare war enye asamketo akra 2024 December elections eye asumdue na ye pe na adenti na ye say wo military wo ni Ghana ha say no wo USA abonten so ona obe commande obi a owo Ghana ha say on declare war abusua asam no aye very critical enye easy cry better ma say moje pene kokoti sa audio wi e de emaye aha POG Media so medam ase